how does your media product represent a particular social group? The actors that we used were young in order to represent a target audience of 16 to 20s.
And the fact that our male character was young and white and is suggested to be drinking alcohol in our opening sequence represents what is now currently seen in the stereotype of British males.
Yeah.
And which is often associated with selfish behaviour, acts of violence and a general disregard for society.
Yeah, I agree. The Western stereotype of youth culture is reflected by this, right? Examples concerning these issues, I think you agree with me, and stereotypes are exhibited in hits such as In-Betweeners, Shameless,
definitely.
and films such as Attack the Block and Kidulthood.
Yeah, definitely. And our female character, she was also made to look dishevelled. Her clothes were blood-stained, and her face was covered in bruises, like especially around the eye area, to suggest that she suffered abuse, maybe some kind of violence, which can represent the weak and vulnerable.
Okay, yeah.
And in shots of Camden in our piece, I think they represent the culture variety in London. And the crowd shots particularly highlight this, and they represent the diversity in London.
Okay, and the close-up that we used of the shots, like you see the ones that we used, the pink and neon bright sign of the dancing girl.
Yeah.
I think it represents the nightlife, an important part of youth
definitely.
culture. Would you agree?
That is a very important part of youth culture. And also considering fashion. The mid shot of the skull t-shirt that's studded, and the close up of the boots, the diagonal row of boots, and also is it a high angle?
Yeah, is that high
angle looking that way of the Converse shoe that represents the fashion trends.
That's actually a low angle, yeah.
And low angle in our piece, and it represents youth culture.
Oh yeah, and the long mid shot added to that, of the shops, the chaos and the dark side would also represent the society's interest in dark and supernatural elements, which would be things like Twilight's.
The Vampire Diaries.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't think of that.
And then Being Human. Yeah, Being Human.
Yeah, that has some as well.
Stuff like that, yeah. So as we've got both male and female characters and actors, it shows both genders, which is a really good thing because
obviously we want to make it for both genders.
Yeah, and in the shots of the crowd we represent both genders in our piece, so that suits our purpose.
Oh, good. Okay. During our introduction, we focus on females in the crowds more. So like the long shot of the passengers exiting the train station, and then the mirror reflection displaying a woman. Yeah. So we have her in both shots to show like we are following her, to make her stand out. But then we realize at the end of the thing that obviously she's not the one that we were following.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes the audience it's like a twist.
Yeah.
And also the shot of neon and the pan following a woman with the Trisha Latka sign on.
And I think our aim is to subliminally intrigue the audience to who the girl is in the radio report by focusing on women in our shots, because as an audience you don't necessarily know straight away who she is, and there's that air of mystery. And these selected shots that we've used can sustain the audience's interest in her identity and backstory, and who she is and what she's doing there, why she's here, why is she covered in blood, all those kind of questions.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we both feel that acts as a narrative hook.